A while back on this show, we discussed Los Angeles County's plan to hand over a strip of land called Bruce's Beach to the descendants of the original black proprietors, Willa and Charles Bruce. In 1912, the couple envisioned the West Coast's first oasis for black beachgoers, only to be driven out by the Ku Klux Klan and racist government policies. But yesterday, in a watershed moment that's been 97 years in the making, the family finally got their land back. Governor Gavin Newsom signed California Senate Bill 796 into law, which codified the descendants of the Bruce family as the rightful owners of the $75 million property. Back with us tonight is Chief Duane Yellow Feather Shepard, one of the descendants and spokesman for the Bruce family. Welcome back to the show. So I'm so happy to have you back with now that we have some good news. Tell me your response to the governor signing this into law and then California basically saying they're going to give your family this land back.
Well, we're just absolutely overwhelmed with joy. I mean, this is something that's been going on for 97 years. Now, most of the people who just joined the fight, they've been involved with us for the past year and a half. But our family, since day one, 97 years ago, has been fighting to get this land repatriated to them. And finally, the people of California have spoken up and have said no longer will racism and misogyny and patriarchy and legal cover-ups be tolerated in the state of California. You know, I mean, this is a victory for the oppressed, you know, and the people that are faithful, that something would finally happen. And after 97 years, it did.
So, when we had you on the show before, I think I remember you saying you didn't just want the land, you also wanted to be compensated for all the lost revenue that 97 years of not having the land had cost your family. Is that part of this deal? And if not, are you okay with it not being part of it?
Well, no, I'm not okay with it not being part of it. Well, it cannot be part of this particular deal because who we're dealing with here is not the municipality of Manhattan Beach. We're dealing with the county of county of Los Angeles and the state of California. Manhattan Beach used to own that land, and after they took it from our family, they gave it to the county of Los Angeles to be used to put a fire station training facility there. So after doing that, the County Supervisor Janice Hahn realized that was where our property actually used to be, and she wanted to take steps to return it to us. But because of all the covenants that Manhattan Beach had put on that property before transferring it to the state who gave it to the county, they could not transfer that land to private individuals because it was now public land. So that's what the state bill was about, was to get these covenants taken off of this property so that they could sit down with us and our attorneys and figure out how we're going to make the deed transfer here in the very near future.
So are there any restrictions on your use of the property, and how do you plan to use it?
Well, yeah, there's restrictions there. I mean, this is why we're in negotiations with the county now on how the land is going to be transferred to us. First restriction is the tax implications of getting that much of a windfall of money, you know, when you're living below the poverty line. So yeah, there's some issues there regarding that. But the main issue that we're going to be having is working with the county supervisors legal team, you know, going back and forth with their team and our team, trying to figure out the best way in order to transfer this so that we'll be able to keep the land. What we're going to do with the land, we have not said yet. You know, I don't think there's going to be any push for us to move back into the area. We just want to be able to own the land and do what we please with it. And as we understand it, the city of Manhattan Beach still owns that area, so we're still going to be bound by the policies of Manhattan Beach, which means there's no business can be on that property.
But if you wanted to build houses, for instance, you could. Is that not restricted? Is that?
Well, there are homes there, very, very high-end homes. We could build homes there. What we are thinking about doing is basically leasing the property back to the county of Los Angeles for fair market value rent for at least 35 years, maybe to 99 years, until we decide what we want to do with the property.
Okay. So the other thing is, you know, your ancestors, you know, they made that a haven for black people. There are very few black people in that area right now. Is there any, impulse on your behalf or the family's behalf to want to make another haven for black people, or just, lease it back, let local residents who are mostly white just enjoy it as is, and, what is your thought on that issue?
Well, we think that this move here, this signing of this bill by the Governor Newsom, it represents a change in thought in not only the immediate area of the state of California, but in the whole entire United States, that now people are going to come together and fight for justice for some of the wrongs that have been done in the past. And so I think that what's going to happen here is that people are going to finally stand up and say, look, we don't want this going on here. We want a multicultural enclave here. And if you're not ready for it, then it's probably time for you to leave. But we're going to elect officials in here who are going to see to it that Manhattan Beach, which includes Bruce's Beach, is the beach that they intended it for it to be for their children going forward in the future.
Your story is mirrored in family after family in this country of property wrongfully taken from them, people fighting to get things back that belong to an ancestor. What advice would you give to other families trapped in the same hell that your family's trapped in, knowing that something was rightfully yours that was wrongfully taken, and how long that battle takes and what the many contours of that battle? What advice do you give to those families?
Well, start talking about those stories to your young people. These are not secrets that should be kept in the family anymore. You have any documentation that these things happen, hand it over to them. If you're too old to move forward, I will say to people, we were not born with lead in our butt. If there's something that you want, you need to stand up and tell people that you want it. And then you have to fight for it. And you have to fight for justice, and you have to fight for peace. Neither one of them will be given to you, and you won't be able to keep them unless you're ready to fight. And so I think that families should start talking about these stories around those dinner tables instead of who twerked how many times in the last hour, and start talking about and creating strategies on how to proceed to get the justice that their family deserves and that generational wealth back.
Chief Yellow Feather, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so happy that this worked out for your family. I hope you guys go out on that beach and have a big celebration for everybody.
Oh, there's going to be one. We're going to invite you to it.
I hope that I get an invite, because I will be there. Thank you so much for your time tonight, sir. I appreciate it.